So this is for the Clear applications, which is a really excellent resource that's offered by Michigan State University. So we're going to go to clear.msu.edu, and from here, the Center for Language Education and Research, from here we're going to take advantage of their rich internet applications. So you need to make sure you log yourself in, and then we're going to access all of these really beneficial apps that they've created. At this point in time, the apps are all Flash-based, so they don't work on iPads and they don't work on Chromebooks necessarily, but they do work on traditional computers, both Macs and PCs. So we're going to start, we're going to look at 3 of these apps. We're going to look at the Audio Dropbox, Conversations, and the Mashup. So Conversations is the one that first appealed to me because it offers the opportunity to solve the problem of doing speaking tests without really worrying about classroom management and being in the hallway with kids giving speaking tests and not watching the rest of your class. So that's where this one comes from. So we're going to start by creating a new one, a new conversation down here on the left. Hit OK. And once I've created it, I now need to go through and hit the pencil to edit. And at this point in time, it wants to be able to use my camera and microphone. So we're going to let Flash use that, so we'll allow that. And then you can see yourself, because I'm using this on a laptop with a webcam attached, the camera is automatically set up. So we're going to follow the directions here. We're going to add a question. I'm going to hit Add. We're going to click on number 1 and hit Record. And then I'm going to record question number 1. And I'm going to hit Stop. It was 5 seconds long. Under here, I can say how long I want students to be able to respond to that question. If you don't care necessarily how long it takes them to respond, we'll leave it at blank. So then we're going to add another question. I'm going to need to click on the number. And this is question number 2. And I have that recorded as well. So we're going to hit Stop. And just for the demo purposes, we're just going to leave this at 2 questions. And we're going to save it, because you always want to save. And then what we're going to do is we're going to copy this embed code so that we can embed it on a website. So now the next thing we need to do is we're going to actually open a different Clear application. Our school district uses Google for their websites, and you cannot embed a Clear application in a Google website. So we're going to use Clear's Mashup, which creates a website for us. So here under the Mashup, we're going to create a new Mashup. But right now we're going to go to Embedded Elements. So we're going to add an embedded element. And in my embedded element, it's going to be a conversation. And I believe I'm going to paste this right here. That's my embed code. We're going to hit Save. We've got one more piece that we need to do before we can actually look at our conversation on this Mashup. So over here on the left, we're going to click on the second option after the pencil. Click on the second one here. And we only have one piece, but I now can position my conversation anywhere. I'm going to put it over here on the right just a little bit within the box. And once it's done, it's telling me over here that the position is saved. So I can go ahead and close this window. And I'm going to add one extra piece here. I'm going to add a text area. And this will show up on the left side. The left side of my Mashup. Again, I need to save. Save early, save often, and then save again. We're going to go back to our layout, make sure it all shows up where I want it. See, I've got them overlapping here. So I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to change the height, the width, pardon me, the width of my text box. I'm going to put it at 200 pixels. So when I go into the Mashup, I can see where it is. And I can move the whole text box around if I would like. but that's how it'll show. You want to make sure you give it some extra space when you're lining things up, because in the different browsers it lines up a little bit differently. In one of the ones I've been playing with, I had them lined up like this, and in Chrome everything turned out fine, but when I viewed it in Firefox it overlapped a little bit. So you don't want that to happen, so you want to give a little extra buffer space when you're doing your positioning. So it's saved. I'm going to come over here, and then I'm going to view my mashup here. This is how a student would see our mashup. It's got my text on the side, so you can put your whole directions on the left side here, or however you want to do it. And then I have my conversation. Again, my conversation is flash-based, so I need to allow access to my microphone and camera. Alright, so we have our mashup open, and now we're going to log in to our mashup. And you can put any name, it's just a label for the recording on the other end. So I'm going to log in, and once I'm in here, I'm going to hit real time, which will start playing the questions and give me the opportunity. So question plays.
Question number 1. It is this simple to record it.
Immediately after the question is asked, or then the recording time starts. I've now made my response. I'll hit stop recording.
And now I'm recording question number 2. So I'm going to leave this at 2 questions.
And immediately, again, it's moves right from my answer to question number 2 and immediately into the recording. Once I'm finished, I hit stop recording. And then at the end, I'm going to hit submit, and my answers have now been submitted. So I'm going to go back home, which gets to the login screen. So now we would need to go back and see the results. So I'm going to come over here to my tab up here, which is where my conversation is still open. I can see myself right here. And I'm going to come and I'm going to look at the results. And I'll see the students who've taken this test. So to listen to the responses, I can click on a student and I can play back the whole conversation. And
I am now recording question number 1. It is this simple to record it. I need to check to see if my answers are going to work this time.
All right. So you can read. You can just play back the responses, and when you're playing
this is the answer to question number 1.
When you're playing, you'll see the video that goes with it, if there is a video. If there's not a video, the screen will just stay blank. So those results are there, and you can see it. If there is a result that you need to delete, whether it's because a student submitted more than one time, or in this case, you were just messing around seeing if it was going to work, you can delete those responses. You click on the student's name that you want to delete, hit delete, and it will ask you, this can't be undone, and we are going to say, yes, that's fine, and make that go away, and those results are gone. So you can save these results, or you can make them go away. So that is Conversations. It's a really great tool. Another one that you can use, and we're going to just do it straight through our mashup up here, is we're going to add an audio Dropbox. And, oh, no, we have to do it here first. So we're going to go back in here to the Clear RIA homepage. So now what we're going to do is we're going to click on an audio Dropbox. And we're going to create a new audio Dropbox. Oh, sorry, I'm going to edit this one. All right, so I'm going to rename it. I'm going to call it Demo. You need to tell me how many seconds that we want to limit this to. By default, it's limited to 30 seconds. And 30 seconds, maybe a little bit much. So we're going to give them 2 minutes. We're going to give them 120 seconds and hit save. And I'm not going to put it in a special folder. You can organize these things by hour and stuff if you have many classes taking these. And we're going to hit save. And for audio Dropbox, at this point in time, that's all you need to do. You're going to do the rest of the work on the mashup side. So we're going to go up here to our mashup, which is still open in this tab. Oh, Mashups 2.0. And now we're going to include an audio Dropbox. Oh, I got to refresh my screen. Now I'll see my demo here. Add that to it. And that's all I have to do. I am going to go check the layout. And it's not there. Hold on a minute. Oh, didn't hit save. Hit save. Now I need to go look at my layout. And my Dropbox. So this is why we had to come in here, because the Dropbox is on top of my directions. So I'm going to put my Dropbox further down here. And it's saved. I have that verification over here. Close this window. And I'm going to add here directions using the Dropbox below. Please tell me in Spanish about your weekend. All right. So there is no limit. Oh, I do have to go back and make one more setting change here. So we're going to save our text. All right. So now we're going to go look at our mashup one more time. And our mashup now is going to have this extra piece. So I'm going to ignore the conversations flash player settings and I'm coming over to the audio Dropbox. I'm going to hit start. It just wants to know what my name is. And it asks for the email address, but I'm not going to put that there. I'm going to allow access to my microphone. Close that, and now I'm able to record. You can see that it's picking up my microphone, so I know that's going to be working. So that's a good thing to start before we hit record. Now I would be telling you my story about my weekend in Spanish. I don't know very much Spanish, so I'm not going to do that. And it gives me a countdown on how much more time I have to fill if I'm supposed to make a 2-minute conversation or response. When I'm finished, I'm going to hit stop and hit save, and that will have submitted my recording. I'm going to hit OK here. Come back to my Dropbox over here. I'm going to refresh this screen. I now have one submission, and I'm going to look at my submission, and I can hit play right here, and it will play my response. Now I would be telling you my story about my weekend. And so that's another very easy way to get student responses about something instead of having to do the one-on-ones that takes so much time since you have 25, 30 students in a class. Same thing goes along with as in conversations. You can delete the file over here on the far side.